Thank you, Speaker. My question is for the acting Premier. The Premier says he's looking to squeeze every possible penny, even out of seniors who rely on drug benefits. He says no one will be spared as he searches for savings. But can he explain, or can the acting Premier explain, how he found $275 million to give a tax break to himself and Ontario's wealthiest?
Minister, acting Premier.
Minister of Finance.
Minister of Finance.
Thank you very much. Well, Speaker, we made it very clear during the election that we would not implement any of the former government's punitive tax increases, especially the increases on our low-income families. And that's why, Speaker, our government introduced one of the most generous tax cuts for low-income workers, as I said, in a generation, Speaker. If you're earning $30,000 per year or less, you will pay no income tax, Speaker, no personal income tax, zero. And actually, Speaker, in fact, low-income taxpayers earning just over $30,000 will also receive a graduated income tax relief. Speaker, this measure will provide relief to 1.1 million people in the province of Ontario who will be having relief from families for the first time in a generation.
Supplementary.
The Premier says no one will be spared when it comes to government cuts. Now he's looking at taking away from seniors who rely on drug benefits and families tired of hallway care.
Side, come to order.
But he gives himself and some of the wealthiest people in the province a tax cut. How does that make sense?
Minister of Finance.
Well, Speaker, I realize that the NDP don't want to talk about the 1.1 million people who are going to have relief from their taxes. In fact, Speaker, they have such a hard time with this. We'll hear from the NDP member for Hamilton West Ancaster Dundas, and I'm quoting, Speaker. There's a lot of talk now that you're talking about an income tax break or zero income tax for low-income people, but you're talking about people who earn so little that they, in fact, don't need a tax break. This member believes that people don't need a tax break. Well, that amount of money that we're investing in low-income families, Speaker, is $500 million is being returned to low-income families. That's the tax break that she's talking about, that she says they don't deserve.
Members, take your seats. Final supplementary. Minister of Natural Resources and Forestry, come to order. Member for
the Minister of Finance protests a bit too much because the high-income tax break that he's giving the wealthiest is costing the province twice as much as what they're saying they're going to give the low-income people. So the Premier said no one would be spared from cuts. But while he's asking struggling seniors to brace for cuts to drug benefits, he's handing himself and other wealthy Ontarians a tax break. If the Premier truly believes that no one should be spared in his quest for cuts, why is he sparing himself?
Minister of Finance.
Speaker, you know, the member from Temiskaming Cochrane, fellow Northerner, but I have to say your math is completely wrong. You have said numbers in this legislature that simply do not add up. You are absolutely and unequivocally wrong in your math. And that should come as no surprise, Speaker, for a party who told us that they had a $7 billion mistake in their own campaign budget, so we can understand. It's really disappointing that they feel that this $500 million investment in low-income families, those families do not need a tax break. Speaker, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, how disappointing it is. The NDP deal in chaos. We deal in confidence. The NDP deals in resistance, and we will deal in results.